2022 public lecture of the House of Representatives press corps, the high turnover of lawmakers, its impact and way forward is the focus of discussion here. Deputy Majority Leader Peter Akpatason, who represented the Speaker of the House of Representatives, laments the overbearing influence of the executive arm of government, especially at the state level. He says many lawmakers are not returning to the National Assembly despite that they gave a good account of themselves while in Parliament due to overbearing influence of some state governors who scuttle their return.
But you talk about executive rascality. I'm not sure that a lot of people actually know what that means. It's a very serious issue in this country. We have a situation in which governors want to do everything in this country, dictate everything in this country. But it's not in the interest of Nigerian people. It is not in the interest of democracy. When a governor sits down and says XYZ person must not come back, why? You're not looking at the experience, you're not looking at the competencies. It is not about inability to perform, but probably because the face is not fine enough, or he has not done your wish as an individual. It is completely wrong.
Echoing the same sentiment, the Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, says the excesses by some governors remain a major stumbling block to democratic development in the country. Speakers at the event warned that for Nigeria's democracies to survive, the executive arm of government must always respect the wish of the electorate.
I'm disturbed and I'm worried that we need to curb the rascality of the executive if actually we want democracy to grow in this country. They determine how we breathe, they determine what we eat, they determine our movement, they determine our progression. Most of the people that are not coming back to Senate and House of Rep today forget about other reasons. It's on account of the executive rascality.
About 70 to 80% of lawmakers will not make it back to both the federal and state houses of assembly, which is quite worrisome, and the adverse effect resulting to loss of institutional memories, experience, and relegation of competency to the background, among other issues.
There is a contribution that you have to make in making sure that this complaint that is being discussed today, we are members. We have a high level of them not coming back to the house. For us to reduce that, we owe Nigerians the role of showcasing the performance of the efficient legislators.
The NILDS Director General is also calling for a constitutional amendment to raise the educational qualification for members of parliament in the country, as the current template is no longer realistic.